Welcome to Eden. This is a heritage listed venue, and it's built in 1887, so it's really old. Yeah, pretty much, right? It's like when they found America, I guess. I don't know. So it's always been a place for like culture and music. So now you know a little bit of background of this place. It's really beautiful, right? Yeah, unfortunately the sun isn't out as it was yesterday, but yeah. But we love speaking about weather here in this country, so let's continue doing that. A little bit of housekeeping. We have 2 toilets. All the toilets are downstairs, so it's 2 that way and 2 the other way. And then we have the fire escape. Yeah. Here's one. And then the stairs. Yeah? Okay, check. We got that right. So we are I'm the toast madame. And my name is Julia. And you?
I'm Nate. I'm the Toastmaster.
Or the MC. We prefer MC, apparently. Yeah, you say MC. Yeah, toast madame. Yeah, it sounds a little bit French. I don't know. I like it. Yeah, cool. So just a little short background of how we know this lovely couple that just got married. Congratulations again. So I know Lovisa from back in 2015 when I moved to Stockholm. We met a couple of times, but I think the first time we actually, I knew that Lovisa was my person was when we went to Berlin. It was a group of 10 girls, and everyone was screaming, crying, fighting. I mean, I'm not like... and everyone got super drunk. So me and Lovisa, sort of in all of this fighting, looked at each other in a terrified way, decided okay, well, let's make our own trip out of this. So there's where I found Lovisa, and we found a bunch of other similarities out of that. Some of the girls here was at this Berlin trip. So if you hear some fighting and screaming after a few drinks, then you know who. Miranda. One of them. A few years later, Lovisa started studying at this really cool, spacey school called Hyper Island. And she met this guy. He had long hair, he had tattoos, and we were like, oh, this is just a face. It's matching this vibe too well. But he stuck, and that's why we're here today. And I'm so glad to have you in my life, and both of you, and your kids, obviously lovely, because you are. So, yeah. Over to you, Nate.
So I've known Jackson for a bit. I've kind of popped in and out of Sydney, and he's come to New York, and he's always been, one of these really amazing and thoughtful and just tapped in and warm, amazing person I've known. So really thankful to have this dude in my life. But we met in Sydney. We kind of bonded over the absurdity of this agency that we were at. But it was a lot of fun. And also, of course, we bonded over at the Los Angeles Lakers. But over the years, he would either come out to New York, or I would come out to Sydney and just overstay my visit. But it was always so warm and awesome. But throughout knowing Jackson, I got to meet Lovisa, and, from the moment that I was introduced to her, I could just see it. You guys are magnetic to each other. It's a really sweet thing to witness, and you guys complement each other in your humor and your warmth, and it's all been so sweet. So yeah, it's been a good hang. You guys are meant for each other. It's so clear to me. And I guess at this point, as the Swedes say, school, school, school. School.
Welcome to the Flash Mob Queen, Bridgerton's #1 fan, and the party princess, Lovisa's mom.
And now you had to head. Do you know what it was? Actually, it was AC/DC from Sydney, if you didn't recognize that. And there is a little story that you lived 100 meters from the pub where AC/DC started. Yeah, you showed me the pub. I've been to the pub. Yeah, I have a little present for you, and I thought that I could put it on the table, but I have. Yeah, please.
I can do this on the. Oh.
Yeah. So, what a wonderful day, and I have been crying a lot, but that is the type I am. And I'm sorry, I have to read my speech, but I will read it for you. Lovisa, right now, you're probably thinking, oh my God. What is now coming out from that woman's mouth? You are raising your eyebrows, rolling your eyeballs, and your highest wish is that I will not sing, as I did a little bit on your sister's wedding. But I'm sorry, I can't promise you anything. And Jackson, you are waiting for me to say something funny, like I did one of the first times we met, and when I said the unforgettable sentence. Don was doing his, Don, Lovisa's father, he was doing his postdoc in Boulder, Colorado. He left for Boulder in May '89. And I arrived there in August. But instead of saying that I arrived in August, I said that I came in August. Maybe I did. I don't remember. But I know for sure that I was pregnant with Lovisa. In September. Lovisa, you are very smart and independent woman and has always gone your own ways. I enjoy our discussions and your great interest and knowledge in widely different areas. I'm shaking a little bit, I hope. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, yeah. Can we take a pause? You are just like me. We are not so very fond of small kids, but we love our own children. And of course, I have to tap in that I, of course, love my 3 grandchildren. See if I. But I must say that you're an amazing mother to Pella and Otis. Several years ago, you told me how you got interested in art. You were around 8 or 9 when you visited the National Gallery in Stockholm and got totally absorbed in a painting and couldn't leave it. I think it started there, you're interested in art. You started your studies in Gothenburg and ended it up in Stockholm. After 4 years of studies at the university, you decided to study at Hyper Island, and there you met Jackson. You have studied for a total of 7 years, with your master in curating included. And you once said that you love studying so much that you could do it for the rest of your life. Late summer 2016, you and I were driving down to the south of Stockholm to pick up some stuff from your old apartment. You sounded extraordinarily happy, and I figured it out right away, just as a mother does, always does, and said, "Oh, you met someone." You said yes, and added that he's from Sydney. My first comment was, if you ever move there, I will die. Do you remember that? Yeah. But as you can see, I'm still alive. And the next thing you said to me in the car was, he's tattooed. And I just, oh my God, I don't like tattoos. But I was wrong. So never judge a book by its cover.
Not exactly like a sculpture.
Yeah. Jackson, you're such a nice person. With a very big heart, and you are a wonderful dad to Pella and Otis. I know you love my daughter, but you and I agree that she's sometimes too snobby, and that she's sometimes raising her eyebrows too high. I enjoy talking to you. We share the same interest in good wines, and I very much appreciate that you are caring about me. Yeah. That's wonderful. After a lot of tears, I gradually accepted the fact that you were going to live in Sydney and that it should be forever. So I was very happy when you decided to move back to Stockholm. It's wonderful to have you all here, back home, close to me, and I enjoy every second as long as it will last. If you ever decide to move back to Sydney, if you ever decide to Okay, if you ever decide to move back to Sydney, just remember you owe me a ticket in business class. Since it's a hell of a long flight to down under. And as I used to say, what is wrong with Italy? I love Italy. And to be honest, Lovisa, I hoped for an Italian. But okay, an Aussie will do. I will end by reading a poem. Yeah, I will end by reading a poem by a Swedish poet. Her name is Elsa Grave, and she's from Gothenburg. She's dead. I'm talking. And it was not in my paper. And I have translated into English with a little help of Google Translate. And this poem or text has a history, because when Don and I married back in '88, we got in a car, and I read it for Linnea and Adam when they married 2.5 years ago. And now I will forward it on to you. And it's about independence and freedom. No one owns the other's life, but love can own your lives and grow, transformed and enriched in your togetherness, so that you two can love each other in respect for each other's independence and freedom. Lovisa and Jackson, I know that you love each other very much. I know that you're soulmates. And I know that I will love you until my heart stops to beat. And I think that Lindy has taken my or no so I want to say, of course, skål. I want to say cheers, and in Italian, salute, salute. Vad skakar jag nu?
All right. We're about to hear. Yo. All right, we're about to hear from the man who's probably spent more time choosing his outfit than the bride and groom combined. We got the man who gave Jackson his swagger, his charm, and if he's lucky, his credit card tonight for tonight's tap. Give it up for the freshest father, the patriarch of panache. This is his song, not mine. We got Jackson's dad. We got Mark.
Okay. Are you allowed to speak? I'm truly fucked here. After that, oh, there's no chance. No chance. No chance. Listen, I've been reviewing Jackson's life, you know, and I was pretty disappointed. No, Jackson. But listen, I thought that one of the easiest ways to look at Jackson is how adaptive he is to life, and that he brings out different identities to help him through various stages of life. So he's a really beautiful little blonde-haired boy, believe it or not. And he's still got his hair, but hang in there, Jackson. Another 10 years, we'll find out what happens. But so, look, as a child, he was sort of known as Jackie, sometimes Jackpot, if people know the background of the family, so we called him Jackpot a little bit. But I lost my place already. Christina, you stuffed me, man. You really stuffed me up. Right. So, I've lost my pages. Okay. Give me a song. So Jackson at school was, started as Jackson, but he wasn't happy with that. So there was a guy called Shane Warne, and he was one of Australia's greatest ever cricketers, right? So Jackson at school told everyone he was Jackson Warne, son of, it's like beyond book son, so that was his first stage of a new identity. It sort of evolved a bit, but a few people started calling him Jacko, which I really didn't like that much, but apparently it's evolved a bit since then. So he then went through adolescence, and and I lost my place. And so we moved to a waterside suburb called Birchgrove, and it's sort of even though it wasn't the city, it was sort of an inner city street scene. So Jackson started, becoming a tagger, and SWO became his new identity on the things, right? Huh? No, I know SWO. SWO. I always thought it was swerve, like it was a shortening of Ainsworth. It was just bad. And he just denied it was all these tags all around the place. Right. So, that was one of his identities. But he also, suddenly my vodka was being diluted with water and put back in the freezer, and he didn't realise that, vodka doesn't freeze, but water does, There was the old marijuana plant growing up in the cupboard, and it was about this high under a light bulb and had 2 leaves on it, Yeah, it was advanced hydroponics, right? Where to go? It wasn't worth smoking, For the Swedish people, marijuana is just so common in Australia. No one really cares. No one really cares. So he also we had a spare property down the road. Huh? Oh no, I know. It's legal in Australia, and he has nothing here, and he was a really good boy, And he's got a tattoo that says, "I love the police force." He does. Oh, fuck. Fuck me, Dad. Are you allowed to swear here?
Sure.
Oh, phew. Okay. All right. But look, unfortunately, people still called him Jacko at that stage. And I thought, oh, fuck. Can't we move on? Look, as a family, we travelled the world a lot. We were lucky to be able to do that. We went all sorts of things. But Jackson started getting very sophisticated, He'd been to Japan, he liked Japanese whiskey, he was going to jazz bars, man, all that sort of stuff, This was really getting shortened, Anyhow, Jackson had a vision of who he wanted to be, and he just didn't want to be normal, which was a bit like me, but so he developed a King Katsu was his new name that he developed, and that someone in a Japanese. Oh, was it really? Oh, we learn things. And I loved that identity, and I think. Tell me if I'm wrong, Jackson, but I think that's where his creative world started, and he could experiment with the world. And hide it for a while until he refined it and things. Am I thinking correctly, or am I like, oh my God, Huh? No, it wasn't a secret, but as a parent, you notice these things. You notice the different identities, and to get through the world, because we're a semi-public family too, so you had to hide things. Do you have any friends in Australia, like contacts? Okay. Oh shit. Okay. So look, that's when I think the Jackson we know now it started then. But there's another side of it, which will soon be transformed to the sports fields here, and that's Tiger Jack, we call him. And it's amazing. You'll see it's a Jekyll and Hyde. He turns from, Hyde to Jekyll when the football comes on. He just goes berserk. But it just shows his passion and his love. And I think he'll soon have that for the Swedish side, because it won't be long before he abandons his Australian side, because it's just so embarrassing. We've won six games in 4 years or something, and there's like 28 games a year, It's quite depressing. Post school, he was getting into advertising and PR and that sort of things, but he wasn't getting the breaks that he wanted. So he's a brave boy. He searches the world. So he decided to come here to Hyper Island, and he met some very good friends. Where are they? Here they are. Down there they go. So instantly made friends. Came back to Australia, kicked some goals, but still he wanted to be in creative control, That's it. So he came back here, and Cupid hit. Yeah. Turn the pages of our lives. Pages of our lives. Did you get that terrible American series here, Days of Our Lives? Sweden or England, I don't know. Globally bad. I don't know. I found out more about the courting period today of Jackson and Lovisa. But my real experience is Lovisa and Jackson coming back to Australia. And Lovisa, you're amazing. You're really amazing. I love you. And what you did in 7 years, coming out, 2 children. Master another degree in a second language you'd never spoken, and 2 houses to create, children to do, dealing with all these sexist Australian men, all that sort of shit, Scott Morrison, yeah. But so you have incredible strength and determination, and it's great. You remind me of my 2 daughters, which is really nice, and it's so great to have you as part of the family. You felt like a daughter for years. I think we connected pretty well straight away, so it was a good spirit. So it was really good. Very easy to welcome Lovisa into the family. I forgot to mention the children. Hey, I've got a new term for Swedish Australians. Tell me if it works. Swazies. Not bad, Christina. You worried? Am I getting worried? You'll pay that. Thank you very much. And I missed half of it. And okay. Look, Jackson and Lovisa. Lovisa, your love of Jackson's obvious, and you understand, encourage, and guide him, which we all know. He needs that. But he really loves you and respects you deeply. He often talks about the respect and admiration he has for you. And this is just not a wedding speech, it's the truth. No. You do compliment and nourish each other, which I think is really essential in things. I was going to talk about how you deal well with the mortal coil and all that, but I thought, it's too late now for that. But there are the problems, the everyday problems, and the problems of the world, and you've got difficult 20 and 30 years coming up with the world the way it is, and good luck to all of us, I wish you the grandeur that life can bring you, and we'll toast you. Thank you very much. Yeah, and that got quite shortened. Thank you.
Well done.
It was okay. I lost half of it.
You did really, really well.
Thank you.
Yay! And this is our main lady of the evening. This is my lovely and smart friend who doesn't hate one glass of orange wine or 5. And just before you come up, I just want to sneak in that she has a really good talent. She's actually one of the best wing ladies there ever is. She was with me at a bar 7 years ago, walking past this guy for about 2 hours. Me walking past this guy, and I couldn't dare to say hi, and then she just pushed me, and he's now my baby daddy. My baby daddy. And soon to be husband. So if you're single, please grab. Yeah. She's here. Grab her, and you'll be set. Also, room for improvement, and your estimation of time. saying, I'm going to Australia, and I'll be back soon. Soon doesn't equal 6 years and 2 kids. But I'd love to have you back, and it doesn't feel like it's been 6 years, so. Give a big hand for Lovisa.
They say she needs to slow down. The baddest thing around town. She's nothing like a girl you've ever seen before. Nothing you can compare to your neighborhood bro. I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. The way that booty moving, I can't take no more.
I just want to make it clear that I asked for Carola Fången av en stormvind.
I'm trying to find the words to describe.
Thank you, Julia, for that lovely introduction. And thank you, Nate and Julia, for running the show. You've been amazing, and like, not to toot our own horn, but we knew you would be, so yay. Also, thank you. Why is this sounding so? Does it sound?
It's a little bit of a. Here we go.
Here? Does that sound better? Okay. No, it doesn't. Also, thank you every single person that is here today, especially everyone that has traveled extremely far to be here. This is like a once in a lifetime. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay, good. Once in a lifetime opportunity for us to bring our worlds together, and it's so bloody good to have you all here. Yeah. And to the Ainsworths, thank you so much for welcoming me into your family. I always wished I had a big family growing up, and now I do, mostly thanks to Ruby. But she's not even here. But yes, she has 5 kids, so. But it's so nice that our kids will have such a big family with great aunts and uncles and so many cousins. Lindy, I think you're the mother-in-law that everyone wishes that they had. Someone that you can get a bit pissed with, talk to the early mornings and laugh, but it will also come and pick up the kids from daycare and make a home-cooked meal when things are just falling apart. You've embraced me as part of the family from day one, and but even so, I'm really happy that it's finally official that you're my mother-in-law. Mark, I think it's a very great testament of what a great father-in-law that you are, that you have gone out of your way to find the weirdest Swedish things to get me for Christmas or Easter or whatever it may be. And he also writes all messages to me in Swedish with very mixed results. But most of the time I understand what you're saying. I just want to thank you for always making me feel so incredibly welcome and for being such a supportive father-in-law. Mamma. I'm a little bit scared following your speech, since basically everyone in here came up to me saying, wow, how are you going to follow that? I am so impressed by your attitude towards life. You are so independent and strong, and I don't think I inherited even a percentage of your social skills, but I wish I had. And to see the relationship that you and Jackson have formed with each other, even though I am the butt of all of your jokes, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. And I also want to mention my sister, because she is one of the most important people in my life. You will always be the person that I turn to for advice and that I call when I just want to talk to someone, even if you never pick up the phone. But I love you very dearly. Now, Jackson. Everyone from Australia will know this, but to everyone else, it might come as a surprise that Jackson was a champion hurdle runner as a high schooler. Yes, hurdles. You heard that correctly. It is very funny that this was the sport of his choice, as it correlates very well with his personality. It was kind of a short joke in there, but he is a person that is always on the move, and hurdles are often just jumped quickly without hesitations. And if I could describe Jackson with 2 words, it would probably be never still. And I would maybe add a fucking in the middle of that. Never fucking say, oh, just got that, sorry. So very early on in our relationship, Jesus. So very early on in our relationship, Jackson invited me over for dinner, or to be honest, I might have invited myself. Being 26, I wasn't expecting much. Maybe an overcooked pasta or a Mexican meal. Imagine my surprise when I walked into a Japanese feast. Soba noodles, Japanese potato salad, miso marinated salmon, and the whole shebang. Needless to say, less than 2 weeks later, I was a permanent resident. And considering that the first meal that I ever cooked for Jackson was the Swedish delicacy called Flying Jacob, it blows my mind that we are still here today. And all of you who do not know what that dish is, just Google it and you will understand what I'm saying.
What is it?
It's rice with banana and peanut butter. And chicken. But I'm vegetarian, so it was So very early on, we were living together in an apartment that was basically a big room divided by a wall. There wasn't a lot of space, but I was still so impressed by Jackson's ability to always be tidying and moving around. I just thought it was a little bit strange that nothing ever felt cleaner after all of his relentless work. Things became clearer when we moved to Sydney. We moved into Lindy's house, and all of a sudden, Jackson just started disappearing. Not in a figurative sense, like not in like he was emotionally disappearing or anything. No, I would like actually lose him. Not knowing my way around the house, I was a little bit reluctant to go looking, and he would always reappear after 15, 20, 30 minutes later, claiming he had only been gone for 5 minutes. It was at this time that his sister Lucy told me that he had an amazing ability to seem really busy while not doing anything at all. And I think I had what is called an aha moment. Yeah. Now, this may seem like a really annoying quality, and you're absolutely right. It's freaking annoying. But it's also one of the things that I love most about Jackson. And our life together. We never stand still. We're always on the move. There's always things happening. Nothing ever gets boring. We never plan for anything, yet things just happen as if it was on attention, but it never is. It's how we first met, how we moved across the world, all of our moves actually, and also how we brought children into this life. Speaking of children, seeing Jackson become a father has been truly amazing. Jackson was, of course, too impatient to rub my feet or rub my back when I was pregnant. But that's okay, because he did everything else I needed to make sure that I felt that we had made the right decision to become parents. Once Pelle was born, we were in the middle of COVID lockdowns, and we were designated to remain in a 10 square feet room for 3 days, yet Jackson somehow managed to get 9 Ks of walking in every single day that we were there for. And planning a wedding has been no different. To do something like this while moving across the world with 2 small children and starting to build a new life is in some ways symptomatic of everything in how we live. There's rarely foresight or consequences. Nevertheless, I would recommend anyone in here, not yet married, to go through this process. Never before have we been so connected, and it has been such a nice reminder to ourselves why we are here in the first place. The long conversations about the years that have passed is like couples therapy that we didn't know we needed. I feel so incredibly lucky to have found you, someone that I feel at all times 100% comfortable with, the silliest and funniest person that I know, the most caring father. So thank you, Jackson, for being you, for all your quirks and weirdness, your passion and kindness, but yes, most of all, thank you for remaining sitting for this entire speech. I love you.
I want to introduce our fourth speaker. Lovisa says it's her most loyal, but apparently most unpredictable friend. The whirlwind that been with Lovisa, from stealing vodka to crying over stupid boys. I want to give a big welcome, and please give a big hands up for Nicole. Where's the music?
Oh, what's your music?
Where's my music?
Yeah, we need music.
We make the music.
What do you want?
I can hear the music. No, there's a really beautiful song. It's starting. You can almost hear it. It's a bit. It's here. You can feel it. You can feel it. No, it's more like it has a really long start, and then it comes and it's.
I started it.
Yeah. Usually you do the bridge move. Like that. Everybody can do that.
Bo Marcus? No. Yes, it's a really good song.
Okay.
We have it on the X.
Maybe. Okay, so hey. Hello, and good day to all the Australians. Yeah, I'm so happy you made it this far to Sweden. And I'm sorry it's a bit cold. It's not like Australia, no? Yeah, I'm Nicole, and I'm a high school friend of Lovisa's. And of course, I'm honored to be here to celebrate Lovisa and Jackson. I was there in the beginning when you met. Yeah. And so I'm having this speech right now, right? But I do promise you, it will not be funny as the other ones. I will make no jokes. It's not my style. So and I'm unpredictable. I know it, you know it. So Lovisa and Jackson, I thought long and hard about what I could give you. It was not easy. You already have so much. How to recognize a love, a merging of souls, something that really signals until death do us apart. What more of a promise can be made in a marriage? I do agree. So that's why I bought for you two a place at the Stockholm's beloved Skottkyrkogården. For those unaware, especially the Australian ones, it's the Woodland Cemetery. Yeah. A UNESCO World Heritage. Do go check it out if you don't know it. I do recommend it. Yeah, right? No jokes. Seriously. I thought deeply about this one. It's your wedding. I of course thought about other options like cryogenic freezing. But what a pity, it's too expensive. And a bit too fringy, no? I spoke to a guy in Los Angeles, and I'm not convinced he'll bring you back, so you might stay over there. So let's just forget it. No. Stockholm or Australia. No, Stockholm or Sydney. Yeah. I apologize if that was a dream. So to you both, I offer you a gravesite. A permanent table for two. You'll be among 100,000 beautiful souls, such as Greta Garbo. Yeah, Greta Garbo. On 102 hectares of forest land. In a nice, cozy place. Forever. I hope it will be a lovely resting place. So I've also considered the big party, the funerals. Lovisa, your contagious energy and spirit will be celebrated. We'll pour orange wine, right? All over you. And, and make sure to sing. You know this one. You might sing with me. Every day and every way I'm learning more. The more I see, the less I know about before. The less I know, the more I want to look around. Digging deep for clues on higher ground. In your case, underground. As the saying goes, all the marriages have peaks and valleys. And they want to short the peak. Or is it the valley? Is properly cared for. We'll dance, drink Dom Perignon, and make some bridge moves. You might not know about the bridge move, but it's a move that it was quite in the early times. Yeah, it will show you later tonight. Yeah. Before you get to Skogskyrkogården and all that. Yeah. Yeah, but no, yeah. Okay, no more jokes. I'm truly honored to be here tonight to celebrate this day, this wonderful marriage between Jackson and Lovisa, and I'm so happy for you two and for all of us. And yeah, I wish I had a glass to say skål för fan. Skål. Thank you.
So I want to introduce Lovisa's sister up on stage.
This wasn't in my plan until 10:30 last night. But I decided to, what the fuck. I wanted to give you a speech.
Braver than me.
So, Lovisa, I will always remember all those hours in the car going to Småland or road tripping in Europe with your directing our different singing parts in the Fugees version of Stand By Me or Alla fåglar kommit ren. Google it. I will always remember the day that the whole neighborhood had to search for you and that someone at last found you at the very top in the cherry tree. I will always remember all those hours rehearsing dance numbers with Christina Aguilera, her music coming out the speakers. I will always remember all the sandwiches I had to make for you when we would watch Ricky Lake, even if I rather watched the children's program since I was like 5 and you were 8, so I will always remember the many life lessons that Ricky Lake gave me. I will always remember the day that you came home early from Thailand, the day when we had to say goodbye to our dad. I will always remember when you came home from South America and your wardrobe suddenly included a lot of patterns, bracelets, and a whole new style. Jackson, I will always remember the day Lovisa told me that she had met someone. And side story, the only thing I got out of Lovisa was that he was short. Yeah. And Jackson, I will always remember the first night we met by the bar just around the corner from where you live right now. After a few beers, I said something in a typical Swinglish way. A really bad translation. Lovisa started to laugh and make fun of me in the way that only a big sister does. But you stopped her, telling her that you understood me perfectly and that there were no point of making fun of me. Jackson, I will always remember that from that day on, I knew that you could be the one that Lovisa ended up with. And here we are. So, Lovisa and Jackson, remember to always be each other's best friends. And another skål för fan. Cheers.
Ding, ding. Ding, ding. I'm going to bring someone up. Their friendship, it's like one of Jackson's terrible tattoos. Permanent.
Nasty.
Occasionally questionable. But ultimately, deeply meaningful. Let's give it up for Jackson's partner in crime, his brother from another mother, Dimitri, aka Dem. Come up here.
It has come to our attention that a mysterious force is loose somewhere in outer space. The mysteries of creation are there.
Up in the sky? Up in the sky.
The moon and the planets are there. And new hopes for knowledge and peace are there. And therefore, as we set sail, we ask God's blessing on the most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked. Prepare for liftoff.
Okay, before I get into this, Jackson doesn't tell anyone anything, so I didn't know I was going to be on so late. So I had to be very well behaved. I've only had about 18 cocktails and 12 glasses of wine. All right, here we go. So, it started with good evening, everybody, but get rid of that. My name is Dimitri, Jackson's best man, and what an honour it is to be speaking at Jackson and Lisa's wedding day in beautiful Stockholm. Jackson has been responsible for bringing me to Sweden both times I've been here. The first time I came here, I helped him set up his first apartment when he first moved to Sweden, and now his wedding day brings me back. So it's a full circle moment, made even more special, sharing it with Jackson, Lovisa, Lolo, all the friends and family, my kids, and my beautiful goddaughter Pella, and of course, Otis. And we all know Lovisa wasn't the biggest fan of Australia. At least, I don't think it was quite like home. However, when Jackson and Lovisa decided to move back to Sweden, I was deeply concerned. Jackson has a serious aversion to putting on heating. Anywhere he lives, and many a night, Jackson and all his friends were bravely made to freeze through a farm night at Jenglethrow or the Dean Surrey Hills, and I still have no idea how they made it through this Swedish winter. But here we are. Yeah. Lucky. Yeah. Lucky for us. Oh. Lucky for us Aussies, we're now in the Swedish summer, enjoying the sun when it decides to come out. And it's been so special for all of us who have been here this past week. And we pick right back up with Jackson and Lovisa like there's no time has passed, as well as getting to know the city they now call home. They have been great hosts and tour guides, and I'm sure it won't be the last you see of us Aussies. If there's one word that comes to mind when I think of Jackson, that word is loyalty. Jackson is fiercely loyal when it comes to his friends and loved ones. The loyalty creates deep friendship and connection, and that is why so many of us have come to Australia to be here. And Jackson is incredibly committed to his family. I want to thank a big congratulations to Lindy and Mark. Well done. All your kids are married. Once you're a part of Jackson's tribe, you are sure there'll be... Sorry, 1 second. I actually got this printed at the hotel, and it's in like size 6. It's really hard to say. Fucking hell. Oh, I can't see at the moment. Anyway, okay, let's go again. Once you're a part of Jackson's tribe, you're sure it'll be there for no matter what, and it'll be endlessly generous. Also, you get the pleasure of stepping into Jackson's curated universe. Jackson is the master curator. Whether it be music, wine, fashion, art, or design, he loves what he loves and he dives straight in. He loves to collect, and this seems to be a means to evoke memories in which he cherishes. I can't think of the amount of times certain songs, wines, or locations remind me or his friends of a specific moment spent together, or how he makes a moment more profound by pairing the best wine or a discovered song. Jackson has 100 bottles of wine in his cellar, but he knows just the right one to share with you in that moment. He has a library of cookbooks, but he knows exactly which one to make that for a group of friends. There aren't enough hours in life to listen to the amount of records he has, but he always selects the most special song which takes you back to that special moment. He has an uncanny way of almost collecting moments with loved ones or friends in the same way he collects records, almost like he's stored away folders in his brain. It definitely is an incredible trait that makes being a friend of Jackson's, something very special. And so in a world of billions, living 5,000 kilometers apart, Lovisa and Jackson found each other. That just shows how incredible this moment is for Jackson and Lovisa, and what a special connection they have. Jackson and Lolo are meant for each other. They have 2 beautiful children, a beautiful home, and an amazing family, and a friend group who are there all today. What a moment. I think this could be one of the pinnacle of Jackson's curations so far, and one moment that is impossible to have without Lolo. So on behalf of all Jackson's friends, we love you both very much. Thank you for letting us into your universe, and we can't wait to collect these memories with you. So thank you.
This man has done it all with flair, finesse, and with a VB in hand, alongside his incredible partner, Lovisa. They form an unbeatable team, like Vegemite and anything that's bearable with Vegemite. I don't know. The VB Viking, the unstoppable Sydney Swede, the always dapper Jackson Ainsworth. Oh shit. We have a song. Hold on. J U. Oh shit. JULIAS. And. Alright.
Yeah, this one right here goes out to all the babies, mamas. Baby mamas. Yeah, go like this. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real.
I try really, really, really hard to make that my karaoke song, and I do well for the chorus, but when it goes me and your daughter, there's a very specific rap that I just cannot nail, no matter how hard I try, but maybe when the DJ comes back on later, I'll give it a shot for you. Speaking of curation, I've curated myself a Negroni, my first for the night. I love Negronis. Unlike you, Dim, I haven't had 18 wines. I've had maybe 2 or 3, with a water in between. I'm going to stay with you because you were the last to speak. You were the first person. Not that anyone did a bad job, but you made Lovisa and I cry. You nailed it. I think you haven't said anything about yourself, but you've also been a master curator. I've watched from the bleachers as your biggest fanboy. You know, you run the best clothing store in the country, above the clouds. You've worked so hard. You've been on the grind. You've almost closed multiple times, but now you're there. You made it. If anyone wants hookups, come through me. Maybe I can do it. I still pay full price, but all right. Mine's kind of also size 6. Anyway, Nate and Julia, thank you very, very much. You killed it. Perfect balance. Appreciate taking on the challenge. Sometimes it can be a bit of a stitch up to be the host because you don't get to let your hair down. But I hope you do now and have a beautiful evening. Again, thank you very, very much. Who else? This is 4 pages. 37 minutes. I timed it. I hope everyone has a drink. It's been touched on so many times, but today isn't just about Lovisa and I. It's about. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Do I need a mic? I don't need a microphone. I do. I don't need a microphone.
Yeah, you do. Sorry.
I need a microphone. Sorry, now it's 43 minutes. But yeah. As I said, today is so much more than just our wedding. It is about our 2 worlds. Sorry, it's a cliche. You've heard it 100 times. But it is truly special to see every single person here in this room. We've had such a beautiful week, not just with our Australian friends, but with our friends that have come from all over the world. We've got, above the clouds in the building, but there's also so many amazing, beautiful, special, talented people, which is the coolest part, is that everyone in here is so fucking cool. And we love you all. So we're very, very humbled and super touched and, happy that you're part of our lives. So thank you all. Give yourself a round of applause. For anyone that spent 24 hours on a plane, which there's a lot, it fucking sucks. I'm going to swear I'm Australian. I don't really care. It sucks. And now you know what we have to live through each time we want to visit our family, whether we're living here or in Australia. So you can appreciate it. I'm sorry, Christina, Linnea, Adam, and Lovisa for doing this. I know you didn't want to do it. Although there's so many special people in the room, there's one person who's not, and that's Dan. And so I just want to say something. I know you didn't want to, but I'm going to.
While we never met, I've heard all the stories about the person that you were and how you helped, I said I'm not going to cry, to shape the person that I'm marrying today. I know you liked beer, you had a great record collection, you love sports. I think we would have been pretty good mates. I'm really sad that we never got to meet, but I know you'd be standing here tall today and proud of the woman that your daughter has become. I'm not going to raise a toast to Dan because I've got 42 minutes left to go, but I'll just keep going. But I am very sad, and he sounds like an amazing person. And so everyone just think he's not here today. Christina, I'm so glad you came in August, because if you didn't, we wouldn't have my beautiful wife here today, so thank you. Yeah. But I think, you know, it was super touching to hear your words, because I feel the same way, and it's kind of weird because, you know, when you think about mother-in-laws, you're like, ugh, my mother-in-law. But, like, I genuinely love you, and you're so much fun. Your company's great. I echo everything you said. Like, you know, we cook dinner together, and Christina wants to pick the wine that we're going to have, and she curates a whole dish to it, which I appreciate because I'm a curator. But I genuinely enjoy your company. I love our discussions, and like everyone said, I do really care about you. So thank you. Don't clap, don't clap. 39 minutes left. To my mum and to my dad, you were always the cool parents growing up, right? The fun ones. And I think they're the ones that everyone probably wished that they had. But the coolest thing for me was that you were both my parents. I want to say thank you for the opportunities that you've afforded me in life, because there's no doubt that the reason I'm able to stand here today, live in Sweden, and be comfortable to be here is because of how you've raised me, but also, you know, everything you've done for me. Thank you for being supportive of me, even though I know I've been difficult. Like the time I dropped out of school and said I was going to become a builder, only to go back 1 week later with my tail between my legs, and my parents said, "Don't worry, son, it's all good." Imagine me putting my hands in shit.
That was the problem.
Guys, 37 minutes, seriously. Thank you for being more than just my parents. Thank you for being, you know, my best friends. I love you both very much. But while I love you, and I love all of you in this room, I'm not here today to talk about you. I'm here to talk about Lolo. Not Lulu, as Tommy Fabricius said, but it's Lolo, and you've always been my Lolo. And I said, early on, I said, I'm going to call you Lolo. And she said, I don't like Lolo. And I said, I like Lolo. I curated her, yeah. Yeah. I'm still on my first page, and I have 4, seriously. But I want to say, while we declared our love for one another today in front of everyone, I know that I'm not your first true love. And it's been touched on before. Lovisa's first true love is Sweden. So, for all of the Australians in the room, welcome. You can finally see what Lovisa has been banging on about for 7 years. So, we have a bit of a joke. We have a bit of a joke at home that no matter what, where you are, anything, Sweden is better. You're sitting on the world-renowned beaches of Australia. You sigh, God, the sun is right, the water is good. She goes, sure. But Swedish beaches actually have a lower salt percentage in the water. It's better for your skin, it's better for your hair. Oh, and we don't have sharks, so... You're sitting in a restaurant, cutting into a piece of steak. Oof, this is good. Lovisa says, yeah, but Swedish meat tastes better. What? So no. Swedish meat. Come on. Swedish meat tastes better because the cows are Swedish. They're living in Sweden. They eat Swedish grass and they're happier, so Swedish meat tastes the best. You know what? Lovisa hasn't eaten meat in 15 years, so I mean, that one's pretty weird. So, anyway. I am going to say one thing, though, when it comes to Sweden, being the best, I will say that Sweden does have the most beautiful women. And the proof is this person sitting here right now. So you're good at something, Sweden. I give you that. And though, you know, not just me, but it seems like everyone laughs at Lovisa's slightly skewed bias about the country, it comes from one of her most adoring qualities, passion. So yes, she's passionate about Sweden, but she's also passionate about her friends, her children, and most importantly, what's right in the world. She'll put others before herself, and she always stands up for what she believes in. So I stand here today pretty lucky. I got the best beaches, the best steak, and the best woman in the world. But it doesn't just stop there. Sweden is a gift that keeps on giving. Like, there's so many good Scandinoirs, right? Like The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. If you haven't seen it, look it, watch it. Racy hacker thriller where people are searching for a mystery woman. No, I haven't had too many drinks. You're not going, why is he talking about Scandinois? There is a reason. Because I wanted to tell my own story. And though it might not be filled with car chases, plot twists, and a dark, brooding protagonist, it is the story of us. It's Jackie and Lolo. And I'm going to call it The Girl with the Four-Leaf Clover Tattoo. Sorry. I think it's 31 minutes now. No, it's not. It's not that bad. I'm joking. So I don't believe in love at first sight, and I've said this before to so many people. So I'm sorry if you've heard me bang on about it. But there was something different the first time I saw her, the girl with the four-leaf clover tattoo. There was an energy, and intrigue, and there was something magic that I'd never felt before. And you know, she was walking across a room filled with hundreds of people, but to me, she was the only person I could see. Everyone else ceased to exist, and I knew that I had to speak to her. So, like a good Scandinavian detective, I spent the next few weeks inquiring about the girl with the tattoo. Who was this mysterious woman? What was her name? And more importantly, was she single? I knew I needed to go deep undercover. Enter the thunder from down under. The latest up-and-coming DJ hot off the shores of Australia. Ba-bong. And sure enough, as I played to a sold-out show, there she was. But this time, I approached. Oh, should I do it? G'day, Sheila. No, I've never said that in my life. That would have scared me away. I know. But the first thing Lovisa actually said to me was, yeah, I've heard about you. You're the old guy from Australia. And it's kind of funny because so easily, like, the story could have ended there with the old guy from Australia returning home with his tail in his legs, and we wouldn't be standing here today. But being the committed detective that I am, I regained composure, focused on the task at hand, and I gained the information I was looking for. Her name, Lovisa. We spoke for hours and hours, not in an interrogation kind of way. Sorry. But, you know, I was like enthralled, as I am to this day. There was an instant connection. There's always been a comfort, and there's always been an ease of which I've never felt with anyone else before. I always think back on that first meeting and how special it felt. I knew this person was going to be something remarkable in my life. So I spent the next few days thinking about Lovisa, excited and hopeful I would see her again. And while I didn't steal a smooch on the first night, that was at the biker rave, I did in fact get her number. And what's pretty cool here, thanks to the power of the Apple ecosystem, I've gone back and looked at the first ever messages that we sent to each other. Lovisa went first, which is a very Swedish thing to do, which is great. this motherfucker is definitely going to be the reason I go to jail. My reply was, just lean over, look him in the eye, and tell him don't fuck with Lovisa from the block. I have no idea, like, who or what we were talking about. But like, why I brought this up is that it's an element of our relationship which has been there from the start. We love to laugh. There's so much humor that fills the walls that we live in. We have the ability to make each other laugh. I know, but like, whatever. For the story, we don't know who it was. So. I'm halfway through. Don't worry. But it wasn't the laughter or the instant sense of comfort that made me fall for Lovisa. It was something else. I fell for her brain. And don't go, oh, like it's not like I'm super in awe of not just how intelligent she was, but also how much knowledge that she possessed. So for a while, I kind of pretended to play along. I'd nod and act cool, like I knew what you were talking about with whether that's an author, a theorist, an artist, a movie, whatever, it doesn't matter. You know so much. But I soon realized that I was better served asking questions and learning something new every time. And so, again, thank you for the curation theme. I could have paid you to do that, but it's so much better. When I now reflect on this, I realize that one of the reasons we're standing here today is that we have such a balance between ourselves. We bring different elements to our relationship. Well, I could tell you a fantastic 70s Ethiopian jazz track to listen to at 3 a.m. in the morning. You could tell us what the political climate was like in the country the year the track was created. And I think that's a fantastic balance. It's super surreal to be standing here just, 8 years later. We've been through so much. We've done so much. We've grown, not just as individuals, but our own family unit. Shout out our beautiful children. I really hope they're asleep. They are? Yes. Is everyone good? I'm still going. Sorry. I've spoken a lot about the qualities and traits I love about Lolo tonight. Her beauty, her passion, her empathy, her brain, her sense of humor. But all of this makes you think of one particular night at home. We were watching TV, and one character posed the question to the other, if you were to describe me in 3 words, what would the 3 words be? Lovisa pauses it. She turns to me and she says, how would you describe me in 3 words? I thought, shit. How do I describe someone who's so many things in so little words? So to buy myself time, I repeated the question back to Lovisa. How would you describe me in 3 words? She said, without hesitation. Handsome, kind, funny, creative, charming, clever, caring. I said, Lovisa, 3 words, 3 words. I actually don't remember what you said, but I do remember what I said. And it was bad. Like, it was so bad. I said organized.
Organized?
Yeah, and Lovisa's reaction was, organized? What does that even mean? So, I'm here today in front of everyone. I'd like to give the describe the 3 words game another crack. And I'm going to start with organized. Because when you unpack it, the word is a little, when you unpack the word a little more, you get set up, establish, create, mold, harmonize. So what I meant when I said organize is that Lovisa, you're the foundation that allows our family to grow and thrive. The platform you create and the example you set for our children is what holds us instead. This is the last page, everyone. Word number 2, determined. Sorry. From the day we met, I was always impressed by your ambitiousness. You had goals, you had drive, you had intent, you had commitment, and you have work ethic, of which no one can deny that. There's no better example than your almost HD average in a master's degree while holding down a full-time job during a pandemic, being heavily pregnant once, twice, yeah, and taking the master's in a language which wasn't your first. And like, look, it's not like Lovisa can't speak English, but there is a difference in taking a master's in something that's not your first. Hi, I'm Lovisa from Sweden. But I do emphasize almost HD because at the same time, Lovisa was 1 mark short of her HD average. And it's not like I want to stand up here and brag about how smart you are, but it's the other thing is that like anyone else would be stoked with getting an almost HD in a master's, but Lovisa was not. She was not thrilled. And no matter how much I tried to convince you or let you know how impressive it was, you refused to accept it. And that hunger inspires me. The last one, and it's been touched on, strength. You're such a strong person. You're strong in your beliefs. You're strong in who you are. But more than anything, you're a really strong woman. And I love that. You've had children through a pandemic without seeing your family, of which I don't know if anyone else here could not see their family for 5 years. 7, 5, 4, 2, 1. I'm almost finished.
It was awful.
But you also have really strong morals and extremely high standards. So everyone should consider themselves pretty lucky that they're here today and made the cut because she runs a tight ship. The past 18 months have been massive for us, and your strength has been one of the main things that has got our family through it. We sold our house, shipped our furniture, and here we are. We've moved back to our family. We went home to my family house, which is lovely, but when you live with your family, it's still living with your family. And we had our second child there. So we also decided to move to Sweden in the coldest winter of the world. Sorry. We decided to move to Sweden in the coldest winter of in 40 years, I think it was. But we really couldn't have done it without you. See, she always has to be right as well. At least the weather is better in Australia, right? It's raining outside. And it's nice that you said the same thing, but writing the speech has given me time to reflect on our relationship and remind me of why we're getting married in doing so. So we've created an even deeper bond. But perhaps the best and most surprising thing about this has been getting to relive all the amazing moments and things that we've done together. I'm so close, everyone. Thank you. We've already shared so many highs on our journey so far, and I can't wait for these to continue. But more than anything, I'm so excited for us to grow old with our children. You're the most amazing and caring mother, and just when I feel like I couldn't possibly love you anymore, I find a reason to daily as I watch you and our children together. Lovisa, I'm so grateful that I have you in my life and now as my wife, that we can share this experience of navigating through life together. You're the most amazing mother. I have to cry. You're my best friend, and you're more than I could ever hope for. I love you so much, and though your first love is Sweden, I am content to be your second. As I promised you today, in front of our beautiful friends and family, I'm going to always indulge your love of pasta, because I love it too. I'm most definitely going to be your hype man. I'm going to make you laugh every day. But most importantly, no matter what, I'll always be... I'm so sorry. It's like a laugh cry. Someone had to do it. No matter what, I'm always going to be there for you and our family. So, Mrs. Ainsworth, which feels crazy to say, you're my wife. I want to propose a toast, not just to you, but to our future together. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
We had a quiz yesterday, and we decided we have to. Hello.
Oh no! Please don't. Oh.
And of course, you have to know the right answers. So, Linda, you can start with the answers about Jackson.
Oh, I have to read. Oh shit. Oh no, no, I can't remember this.
Maybe I can.
Well, I can remember his. No, I'm a bit.
Can-
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, oh, this is not what I was expecting right about now.
Yeah.
Chemistry not being Jackson's strongest subject at school. What mistake did he make sneaking contraband into a school camp? Well done. That sounds like a Rossi over in the left-hand corner. Jackson had his own unique vocabulary as he was learning to speak. What did the word Borka? You know Borka.
But he was chicken.
Thank you, Lucy. You got it. Okay, 3. Jackson went through a bad nickname phase in his later years at high school. So bad. Right? In Jackson's vocabulary, what was a helicopter? Well done. What bad behaviour triggered a phone call to us at school camp? It was... No, it was not disappearing in the middle of the night.
No, that's wrong.
That's so wrong. It was, branding his friends with a fork.
And
phone call in the middle of the night. Okay, so Lovisa, you go.
Lovisa was interviewed in a TV show when she was around 8-9. What did she talk about? Books. Yes, that's right. When you're under 20, you can't buy alcohol in Sweden. What did Lovisa do to get the golden drops? She went to a crossroad to pick up vodka from a shady supplier.
I would have done the same thing.
And when Lovisa got angry with her sister and sometimes her friends, one of her friends are sitting here today, Matilda. She pinched her sister or friends. Apart from English, which language studied Lovisa in high school and got the highest grades? It was Italian, but I think that everyone got the highest grades. Everyone that was blonde got the highest grades, so it was not because you were good at it. And if Lovisa was an animal, what would it be?
Aww.
A sloth.
I would have said that too.
And now Lindy is going to say this.
Jesus, okay. Och. Help me here. Förlora nära ara. Do you understand that, Swedish people? Och förlora nära ara. Ilya, you lost big time. You win the prize. Ilya lost. So in English that means, and the loser is? Ilya, you're the loser.
Do you want him to come up?
I don't know. I think Christina has a consolation.
Swedish candies.
There you go. Where are you, Ilya? Where'd you go?
And I must say that Linnea, Adam, and Alex, you had 8 rights, and that.
You won. You only had the losers, but
Where is Elias?
He's in the bathroom.
Yeah, he's hiding.
Lucky
He's hiding.
him.
Lucky him.
He's hiding.
He's hiding. He knew. He knew.
He's obviously hiding. He knew. He knew it was worse. Thank you so much for that beautiful quiz. That was great. It was. We loved it. Okay. Thank you so much. And welcome down for dessert.